Hi, I'm Lori from Vons on the Go, and today I'm going to take you for a walk. One of my projects here at Porcupine Place has been to create a path that I could take walks through the woods. And you'll see as I go along that I marked my path with some pink ribbons, mainly so I didn't get lost. There was a couple times when I was first going out and exploring through the woods that I would get a little turned around. And so that made my husband a little nervous. So he got me some markers so that at the very least, when I'm gone missing for hours at a time, he can at least follow my path and hopefully find me at the end of it. I've always teased him that once you get to the end of the pink ribbons, just watch the drag marks from that point on. I come across a lot of areas where there's a lot of animal scat, and so we know that there's bears, and we know deer for sure. We've caught, I think it was a lynx possibly, or some sort of bobcat on our cameras. But yeah, you never know what could happen out here. Usually I get scared by at least one or two birds while I'm out here that come flying, like partridges or something that come flying out of, or I think it's grouse that come flying out of the woods. Beginning of my path is very much down. Oops, don't trip and fall. I was very much downhill, and coming back up is a good workout. I'll probably be out of breath by the time I finish our walk. One of my most favorite things when coming out in the woods are all these beautiful mosses that are growing, and I have so many pretty pictures of mushrooms and different types of things that are blooming out here. I usually have my knife with me, and I didn't bring it today, but it's to kind of cut these eye pokers, as I call them. Please don't fall down the hill while carrying my phone. That wouldn't be good. During this walk, we'll cross a couple small little, I hate to even call them streams. They're even smaller than that. But for me, what I find really fascinating in these little streams are the rocks. I'm a bit of a rock hound. So I've been trying to take pictures of the rocks to try and figure out what we might have down here. What I do know for sure is we have a ton of conglomerate rocks. I'll show you some samples of those as we do the walk here. This will be our first stream that we're about to cross. I imagine in the spring these is like really flowing fast, but right now it's just a little stream. This actually dries up in the summer. There won't be any water running down here. If there's any rock hounds out there and you spot an interesting rock and you know what it is, please tell me. A lot of it's covered in moss, so it's hard to see the conglomerate, but when I find a nice example, I'll definitely show you. I've been doing some reading on Vinegar Hill, and feel free to look it up, Vinegar Hill in New Brunswick, because it dates back pretty far, time-wise. There's a potash mine just over the hill where they mined for silica. That closed though back in 2004 due to flooding. This is another little stream. This one's completely dry here. More fun rocks. So yeah, I plan on bringing out my mining stuff with me next year. I want to try doing some panning for gold. I doubt there's any out here, but hey, New Brunswick is not known for that. But I don't think it hurts to try. Actually, here's a small conglomerate here, as you can see, rocks stuck to rocks. But when I get back from the walk, I'm going to stop and show you the giant conglomerate we have right in our yard. When I first arrived at camp, there was, on the map we could see that there was a stream at the bottom of the hill. Oh, and look what I just discovered. I walked through here twice yesterday, and that was not here. This is right on my path. So I say that we had some deer tripping on through here. I'm actually wearing, let me just turn my phone around. Oops, sorry about that. I'm wearing my hunting stuff to make sure I don't get shot. Can't find my words today. But up and over some trees here. Reflective gear, that's what I've got on. We have heard 2 gunshots since we've been here. And apparently there was people shooting for birds, but there's certainly a lot of deer hunters out here, and it is the season. So I'm, I've got to be careful. Can't just be meandering through the woods in my camo, that's for sure. I'm working my way, anyways, I think I started to say, I'm working my way down to the stream that I'd spotted on the maps, because I felt like that was where we were going to find the most flow. I had to find my pink marker, it was over there, okay. Of water and rocks for my rock hounding. And it was pretty far down. There were some really steep cliffs. And I was like, how am I going to get down to this stream? So I had to do a lot of cutting and working my way through to find a spot that could get me down there. Okay, working our way downhill now. Oops, I got detoured off my path. There we go. Got a few low-lying branches I'm gonna have to cut. One of the challenges of creating a path was there are so many downed trees that it made it really challenging to cut a path. And I'm not dragging a chainsaw out here. Oh, I can see the brook, see? Here's where it gets a little more flowing water. I think I just heard a gunshot. It's pretty far in the distance, so I should be okay. See what I mean by all the trees that are down? It's just everywhere out here. With all these leaves, it's also very slippery. I'll take you over here first. By the way, look how beautiful. I took some pictures the other day of the moss and the way it grows on everything out here. It's so pretty. I wish you could smell what I'm smelling too, which is just so heavy of pine and leaves. My original thought was I could come down here and work my way along the stream, but with all these trees that have fallen, it was impossible. So I had to do quite a strange path to get to the bigger stream. I'm just getting distracted by all these amazing rocks. Look at this hunk of conglomerate here. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. I will forego all the rocks. I could sit here for hours looking at them and trying to figure out what they are, but that's not what we're here to do today. Today we're going to try and walk through this path. I may not take you all the way to the other one though. It's looking a little tricky today. How about I just stop at the top of this hill and just give you a gander. What I do is I walk all along and up around these banks, and it's just like another few minutes, and it takes me over to a slightly larger stream. But there are so many glorious rocks. There's a local geology group, and I'd like to invite them out here to come with me to just take a look at all the different things that we have and just give me some insights to what I'm looking at. I'm a huge fan of treasure hunting. Look at this. Sorry, just have to, but look at, here's another beautiful piece of conglomerate. Pull that back. Nope, too solidly in there, but look at all the different colors and types of rocks that are all formed into that conglomerate. I saw somebody on a video the other day that takes these conglomerates and slices them down the middle and then polishes them, and they look so gorgeous. So, needless to say, I've now asked Sam for a cutting saw for doing stones. Actually, I have a few things on my wish list, the cutting saw being one of them. I just ordered a jewelry magnifying glass so that I can take a closer look at the different rocks and the possible formations that are in them. I also need to start bringing like a little pouch with me. This is where I get winded, sorry. It's probably not easy to tell on this video how steep the terrain is here, but it's steep. The other thing on my wish list, because I have a birthday coming up, is some panning tools for panning for gold. I saw this one on Amazon that's got a little mini sluice machine. Probably saying that wrong. And I wanted to put that in the running water and be able to run some stones through that. A lot of the paths that I have cut were based on what I could see already as an animal path, which I thought that could be good or bad, but it was just easier to follow an existing path that had been created by the animals, long-term walking. Not to mention you see all kinds of interesting things. There is a lot of disturbed dirt here. I don't think it's just from me walking over it. The one day when I was out cutting a path, I came across an area that had quite a bit of bear poop. That made me a little nervous. I am out here by myself almost always. Sometimes I drag Sam out, whether he likes it or not. And so quite often I'm out here by myself. I like to think I make enough noise clopping through here and with my saw and handsaw and all kinds of stuff, that they're going to leave me alone. I think the bears here, oops, wrong way. I think the bears here are more afraid of us than we are of them. Ooh, sorry, gotta do one more. Another beautiful piece of conglomerate. My guess would, oh yeah, my guess would be like this, yeah, this giant rock here. Yep, look at this. Start moving away. It's all, this is a giant boulder of conglomerate. So I would love any of you geologists out there, if you have some insight to, oh yeah, I have two paths here. Yeah, we're not gonna do this one, sorry. It's really funny when you look at my watch and you start looking at the way I walk. It looks like I've strapped my watch to a squirrel. I'm all over the place. Here we go. Back on the path I wanted to go. Because I've been working on doing different paths, kind of, how many times have I said the word path? Probably 1,000 times at this point. No, this is not a drinking game, but it could be. So, oh, sorry. I gotta stop for a garbage break. Look at this. So frustrating when I go for walks and I find so much garbage out here. But I know I probably complained about it in other videos. I think that's kind of what was done. There was an old farm out here at one point, and people just don't take things to the recycle centers or to the garbage centers. It's very expensive. So it often just gets tossed out in the wilderness. Look at this, see this path here? I don't know if you can see it on. So that pre-existed my path building. So it was an easy one for me to use. See some tousled up areas here. And in just a minute, this is my circle, I will show you where we ended up. Ta-da! And here we are at the bottom of the hill, and now we're facing Porcupine Place. And that's the end of this loop. It's not that long, but it took me 12 minutes. And I probably could have done it faster if I wasn't stopping and looking at rocks. I was gone maybe 3 hours yesterday because I was in the streams looking at all the different rocks, and I brought back a bunch with me. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed your walk, and stay tuned as I continue to grow this path. And maybe if you find any interest in it, let me know, and I'll keep sharing. Okay, walked through the field to the base of our property here. I promised you all a giant conglomerate rock on our property, so let me just quickly show you that. And then I'm going to find Sam so that he can show you what I look like when I come back from these walks. Okay, here it is. Look at this beauty. Absolutely massive. And there's some gorgeous colors. I don't know if it's showing up well. All these pretty mosses on it. And we have these boulders pretty much everywhere. Oh wait, let me share some garbage. It's a couch. It's my most frustrating thing about this property is all the garbage that's all around it. I slowly gather it and try to put it all into specific locations, but that's a retirement project. All right, let's go find Sam. Second, can you take the phone for me? I would like you to show people what I look like when I come back from these little walks.
Yes.
Don't forget to pan down.
You do bring a lot of the outdoors back with you.
But look at this beautiful outfit.
Yes.
I am fashion forward. I don't get shot fashion forward. Thanks. Have a great day, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your walk.